The top G, Andrew Tate, has been arrested in Romania. Who is Andrew Tate? I don't really know. I have watched some videos from the man because my producers forced me to. And they said, Michael, we want your reaction to this guy. He's taken over the internet. He became the most Googled man in the world. He's clearly pretty wealthy. He claims to be a trillionaire. I don't think he's really a trillionaire, but he claims to be wealthy. And he's gotten a lot of attention because he says things that are sometimes very right-wing. I don't really think of him as a conservative or a total right-winger, but he says certain things that clearly upset the liberal establishment, and so he's been arrested in Romania for sex trafficking. And he got arrested, by the way, right after he got into a Twitter fight with Greta Thunberg. I think that was probably the straw that broke the camel's back. You know, forget sex trafficking, forget tax fraud, forget whatever they're going to throw at him. You are not allowed to criticize Saint Greta of the Blessed Sailboat. If you do that, you will be destroyed by our liberal establishment. So he's arrested. The prosecutors have alleged that Andrew Tate and his brother are suspects in an organized crime ring that sexually exploited at least 6 women who were allegedly recruited, housed, and forced into performing porn videos for sale online. Now, I know that the authorities are corrupt and the system is set up to destroy anybody who in any way criticizes the liberal establishment, and you can indict a ham sandwich and all of that. But what was the guy doing in Romania? Why did this guy, he lived there, okay, why did he move to Romania in recent years? Which is kind of a corrupt country that's known for sex trafficking and all sorts of nefarious activities. Well, I get that the authorities are corrupt and the system's designed to destroy anybody who questions the liberal establishment, and you can indict a ham sandwich, but hasn't the guy admitted on camera many, many times to running an OnlyFans agency and to being a pimp, to just put it really bluntly? Isn't that a lot of his career is actually bragging about being a pimp? And so he brags about being a pimp, and then he gets arrested for being a pimp. Isn't that, I understand that the pimps and the hustlers and the sex traffickers on the left, they don't get arrested. They get to continue their criminal activities for decades and decades. Jeffrey Epstein gets to live on his island, and even after he is arrested, he gets a sweetheart deal at the Palm Beach fake prison. Yeah, I get. I'm not denying that there's some double standard, but the guy's a pimp, right? Is the guy a pimp? I don't know. That's kind of what it seemed like to me. The story that we're being told about the Andrew Tate arrest is obviously silly. Part of the story was that Andrew Tate gets into this Twitter fight with Greta Thunberg where he's bragging about how he's got all these cars and they spew all of this terrible poison into the atmosphere. And then Greta responded in this kind of childish way. But then when Andrew Tate released a response to that, he had a takeout pizza box. And the authorities were able to locate him by looking at the address on the takeout pizza box. And that was obviously bogus. That was clearly a lie, because we know that the authorities have been tracking Andrew Tate. If you seriously believe that Andrew Tate has not been surveilled by intelligence agencies for the past many months, then I've got a bridge in Brooklyn to sell you. This is the most talked about guy in the world. He's got this kind of weird, shady business life. He's suddenly making lots of money. Obviously, the authorities knew where this guy was, and then the pizza box thing was just the excuse to go in and get him. Is it fair that they went after him when they don't prosecute their own pimps and hustlers and human traffickers? No. But I said this in my very first video that I did, that when didn't know anything about Andrew Tate, and they put the clips of him in front of me, and I said, well, he's saying many things that are at least somewhat true, some things that are entirely true, and he's clearly got the right. His heart is almost in the right place. He's trying for something. He's questioning the liberal establishment. He's beginning to grapple with the fact that maybe God does exist. Maybe there is a moral order, but I don't quite understand it yet. But the guy's a pimp, and he's got to stop pimping, okay? It is not based to live your life like a street hustling degenerate, okay? It's not based and conservative and trad and all of that to run an OnlyFans agency. It's not based and trad and conservative to be in your 30s and not even looking to getting married. Or looking to, if you're not going to get married, looking to joining the priesthood or consecrating your singlehood. But bragging about how many women you sleep with and driving your Bugattis around, that's not. You play stupid games, you're going to win stupid prizes, okay? That's all I'm saying. If you go on air and you question the liberal establishment and you attack the powers that be, and then you brag about committing actions that can be prosecuted, don't be surprised when you get prosecuted, okay? Just a basic rule of politics. It's true that your enemies, if they have sufficient power, can get you on anything. Don't give them an opening, okay? Not the wisest thing to do. But we're going to get into the nitty-gritty of politics right now. That's on the member block. You do not want to miss it. If you are not a member, click the link in the description and join us.